It is Saturday morning. It is a.m. It is time to wake up. It is time to smell the coffee. It's time to get out the eggs, the bacon. It's time to get out the sausage. It's time to get out the tea. It's time to smell it. It's time to get it. It's time to whip it up. Maybe you got to go to work. Maybe you got to have some homework. Maybe you got to go to college. Maybe you got to go to the mall. Maybe you got to go to movies. Maybe you got to go to this, that, and the other. But what you got to do is you got to watch the brash and the brazen as we raise the bar to all-time levels and new heights to the appreciation of each and every one of you. And you know what we do on this show on Saturdays and on Tuesdays. We get your official review of Raw and SmackDown the day after, the morning after, the conflict, the mayhem, the results, the highlights. We give it to you. We put this show in your hands because as soon as I hit the play button, this show is not about me. This show is about you. And I want your review of SmackDown last night. What did you think about it? Did you like it? What was the moment of the night? What was the match of the night? What struck you? What stood out to you? Were you on the edge of your seat? What did you think about the Blue Brand, the SmackDown last night? Now, as we all know, we rate it by the weather. We don't do the usual 1 out of 5, 5 out of 5, A, B, C, or D. No. We rate it by the weather. Was SmackDown last night sunny? Was it a scorcher? Was it rainy? Was it bland? Was it blah? What was SmackDown to you last night? Was it cloudy with a chance of sun? Was it sun and clouds? Was it a mixture? What was your overall feelings? Because as we all know, we got WWE's World Collide, the WWE's own version, their own version of the Forbidden Door. Some would say that the WWE took a little bit of a page out of AEW, although AEW really took a page out of the WWE because if you know back in the day, the WWE started the Forbidden Door long ago when they worked with ECW during the 90s. So that was a huge Forbidden Door right there. So if anything, AEW stole a lot of the tactics. They stole a lot of the ideas of WWE, but things are going to be mixed. They're going to be remixed. They're going to be stolen. They're going to be whole. Ladies and gentlemen, the fix is in. No matter who copied who or who came up with it first, we are getting Worlds Collide tonight. But that's not all. We're going to get a doubleheader. We're going to get a banger for a banger. We're going to really get our bucks worth because right after Worlds Collide, WWE Money in the Bank. It's going to be extraordinary. It's going to be off the charts. It is going to be awesome. And although there's, 4 or 5 matches only announced for Money in the Bank, what is Money in the Bank going to be? 2 hours? 2 hours and a half, perhaps? Maybe 2 hours and 45 minutes? Obviously, with only 4 matches for Money in the Bank, you cannot have a 3-hour, 5-hour, 6-hour event. So again, your thoughts, your comments, and your feelings on WWE. And what do you think about Money in the Bank? What do you think about the card? What do you think about the selection? What do you think about the rundown of it? Do you think Money in the Bank is going to be spectacular? What is going to be the better PLE? What is going to be the better pay-per-view this evening? Is it going to be Money in the Bank or is it going to be Worlds Collide? Who is going to outdo the other? And we got superstars that are going to be pulling double duty. You got Chad Gable pulling double duty. You got the woman pulling double duty tonight. So obviously, guys, the festivities start around 3 o'clock and it's going to be all the way through about 10:30. It is going to be 10 hours jack full of the most prominent, the most sufficient, the most proficient wrestling you have seen in a very long time. But again, viewers, fans, and subscribers, it's so crucial important to get your thoughts and your comments out there. And I want your predictions. Who is going to walk away with the men's Money in the Bank tonight? Who is going to walk away with the women's Money in the Bank? Who will take their career to another level? Who is going to skyrocket out of the WWE? Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions, because this is your undisputed place to be. We throw you in the mix, ladies and gentlemen. But now that we got your review of SmackDown last night, the Blue Brand, hit my intro.
Welcome to the home of WWE news, rumors, and gossip in real time. Click the bell, subscribe, and turn on all notifications today. Don't forget to become a channel member and send a super thanks donation below. And now, your host. He is the most consistent and dedicated in YouTube history, Seanzviewent.
And now that we got your thoughts, your analysis, your review of SmackDown, and your predictions of Money in the Bank and Worlds Collide tonight, we now head into the second portion of the video to get the rumors, the news, the headlines, the gossip, all the backstage leading up to Money in the Bank and Worlds Collide tonight. All the backstage. Also, who knows what else we can expect and anticipate on the Brash and the Brazen as we throw all of you into the mix. The fix is in. Here we go, guys. We're going to get right into it. Solo Sikoa said that Jacob Fatu is all gas and no brains, and Fatu heard him. Can you imagine what the result, what the backlash, what is going to be the what is going to be the response, the retort, the reaction? How is Jacob Fatu going to retaliate? That's the word I'm looking for. How is Jacob Fatu going to retaliate to what Solo Sikoa said? The inspiration have returned to TNA. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions on the inspiration, their return to TNA last night. The King of the Ring has been announced, the return of the King of the Ring and the Queen of the Ring. However, the stakes couldn't be any higher, because the winner of this year's King and Queen of the Ring will get the opportunity to main event and headline SummerSlam, New Jersey, MetLife Stadium. The last time a King of the Ring winner received an opportunity for a world championship in the WWE was at the King of the Ring 2002, and we all remember who won the 2002 King of the Ring, Brock Lesnar. Who will make history this year? Julia made it very known that she wants to be the next Women's United States Champion. JC Benoit suffered his first loss in WWE. He was pinned by Jimmy Uso and blamed it on Jacob Fatu. Kenny Omega featured in Street Fighter 6 trailer. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. Ladies and gentlemen, are we headed to a Elon Musk versus Donald Trump match at SummerSlam? We all know there's a lot of bad blood. There's a lot of hatred between these two. There is a lot of fallout between these two. Donald Trump and Elon Musk are going to go on one-on-one at SummerSlam, the hottest event of the year. Can the WWE get this match to happen? Will it go down? Will it materialize? Do you want to see Elon Musk, Donald Trump, and who should win? Who will get the victor? And what kind of specialty match should it ultimately be? Ladies and gentlemen, something important, something big, something huge was filmed backstage at SmackDown, according to Fightful Select, according to the dirt sheets, the websites, according to those in the know. Triple H is backstage shooting material for a new promotional video. One of the lines that was recorded was, "Anything worth doing is worth doing twice." While nothing has officially been confirmed, the line is believed to be a nod to WrestleMania taking place in Las Vegas again next year for the second time in a row. Excuse me. The report also mentioned that a black SUV was staged in there as part of the promo. A lot of people have been asking, Sean, what's the updates? What's the backstage details? What's going on with Bayley? Well, I have an update, although minor, but it is an update on Bayley. Bayley reunites with her ex-fiancé, AEW wrestler Aaron Solo. Ladies and gentlemen, this morning here on the Brash and the Brazen, Mercedes Moné has won yet another title, another championship to add to her resume. Yes, indeed. With Ric Flair announcing he has skin cancer, because first he denied it, then he was with it, then he was for it, then he said, no, I don't have it, I have it. Now he officially Ric Flair officially has skin cancer. So now he knows what Jim Ross went through, and what Jim Ross is going through right now is Jim Ross is battling cancer for a second time. Former WWE champion will return at Worlds Collide, JBL John Bradshaw Layfield. Also here on Seanzviewent Entertainment, Shane McMahon. Whoa, this is huge. Shane McMahon addresses Vince McMahon wanting to buy back the WWE. Vince McMahon might be gone from WWE, but the conversation about his return isn't going away. And now his son, Shane McMahon, is adding fuel to the fire. While speaking with TMZ, Shane McMahon directly asked about the persistent rumors that Vince is looking to buy WWE back from TKO. Shane left the door wide open. He did not shut it down. When asked about the chatter surrounding Vince McMahon's rumored buyback attempt, Shane kept things vague but not dismissive. Well, you own a big part of TKO still, so you never know what's going to happen there either. So I'm not trying to be vague. I'm just saying anything can happen, of course. Wow, that's huge. Do I know 100% he's going to buy WWE? I know that he wants to. Wow, that's huge. What if he made the deal with Ari Emanuel and TKO and they were a placeholder? In 3 years, when this is all behind me, this is the price I pay you and I get my baby back. But there's a major reality check to all of this. Vince McMahon may want to take WWE back by pulling it off as a whole different story. Since merging with UFC and TKO, WWE's market value has surged. Endeavor, Silver Lake, and Egon Darburn collectively hold a controlling interest in the company. Even the Vanguard Group holds nearly as much as Vince with the stock. Vince McMahon still owns a significant chunk, but nowhere near enough to simply reclaim the company that he built. Still, Shane McMahon's cryptic answer only adds fuel to the speculation. If Vince is truly playing to the long game, he might be counting the right opening to make the move. This according to Ringside News and various other dirt sheets, websites, and newsletters. Would you report and support Vince McMahon buying back the WWE if he had the chance, or should TKO keep the reins moving forward? Well, I'll tell you what, if Vince McMahon doesn't buy back WWE, you can expect ticket prices to be astronomical. You have to give a limb and a sim just to go to a WWE event. You got to sell your soul. You got to sell your house. You got to take out a loan just to be able to afford a ticket to go to WWE in 2025. At least Vince McMahon, when he was in charge, made it affordable. At least he made it fan-friendly. At least he made it family-oriented. WWE could soon be putting sponsor logos on superstar ring gear. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions on that. It's already logos in the ring, outside the ring, on the apron, on the tables. Do you want to see superstar logos on superstar ring gear? John Cena addresses the "We Want Truth" chants during last night's SmackDown, the blue brand on the USA Network. Your thoughts and your comments. And I thought that was just brilliant. I thought that was a great way. John Cena said, you want the truth? You can't handle the truth. The truth is right in front of you. You wouldn't know the truth if it smacked you in the face. And I thought this was phenomenal by John Cena. He played this off so well. He shut down the chants. And John Cena and Logan Paul absolutely decimated, dominated. They destroyed Cody Rhodes and his tag team partner, the World Heavyweight Champion Jey Uso, last night on SmackDown. Rey Mysterio's status for tonight's WWE Worlds Collide appearance, despite an injury, despite not being 100%. Rey Mysterio will be a part of the WWE AAA Worlds Collide tonight. Cash Wheeler has 2023 arrests wiped from record following a massive court ruling. So Cash Wheeler of AEW, his 2023 arrest wiped from the records. WWE Worlds Collide nearly sells out as ticket sales surge hits the Kia Forum. Shotzi Blackheart makes her in-ring return at an indie event after her departure from the WWE. Shane McMahon says that Vince is resting but already focused on his next move. Your thoughts, your comments, according to Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon has now shut down rumors about starting a new wrestling promotion with Vince McMahon. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions on all of that. Shane McMahon says AEW isn't WWE, but doesn't rule out Move. Shane McMahon also addresses, will he ever return to the WWE? The classic never say never. Will Shane McMahon buy the WWE? Stranger things have happened. Trick Williams uses underhanded tactics to retain the TNA World title at against all odds. Also, viewers, fans, and subscribers, WWE Raw might not last on Netflix if the numbers don't improve. Now, this is major. WWE's moving to Netflix may not be working out the way that the WWE hoped, at least not when it comes to Monday Night Raw. According to the Wrestling Observer Radio, the streaming giant might already be questioning whether weekly live wrestling fits with their viewership and their platform and how it operates. Viewership has dipped since the switch, and the concerns are growing, and it is glowing. Meltzer pointed out that Netflix core audience isn't used to live, appointment-based programming like Raw. Instead, users tend to check their algorithm recommendations, not follow a set weekly schedule. Maybe Netflix is better suited for a giant once a month, like a WWE PLE. They can hype for a couple of weeks, build up big buzz, and then deliver on a Saturday or Sunday. That might be a better fit. But Raw every single Monday, it doesn't seem like the platform fits the audience behavior. That's the struggle right now. It was echoed, the sentiment, explaining that the gap between traditional wrestling TV habits and how Netflix users engage with content. Yeah, if you're a Netflix viewer, you're not patterned to go, oh, it's 5, I want to watch wrestling. You go, well, what's new in my algorithm? That's not a good match for a live wrestling show. It was also noted that Netflix has a 5-year spot an opt-out clause in their deal with WWE. That means if Raw continues to struggle, the company could walk away in 2029. Netflix has an out after 5 years, so the next 4.5 years will determine whether they're going to re-up or not. They're paying a lot, but I don't think it's worth it right now, but maybe they're looking in the future. Like being on Netflix in 5 years might be better than cable in 5 years. In a deeper dive, Meltzer addressed how just how cold WWE programming has felt lately, especially with Raw, and connected to both Netflix's platform flaws and audience mismatch. Raw's been cold. That's not really new, but the move to Netflix has amplified it, and I don't just mean people missing it. I mean people not even trying to find it. If you had Nick Khan in December, this would be Netflix number. Everyone would have had a heart attack. He also pointed out the disappearance of WWE's older demographic. The over 50s are gone. That demo just doesn't watch Netflix like that, especially not live. And Netflix doesn't make it easy. If you log in 5 minutes late, you're behind. If you fast forward to catch up, it restarts or crashes. That's not what people are used to with live TV. Netflix is probably better suited for a giant event once a month than a weekly TV show of pro wrestling. The thought that Raw would be a major play to bring in consistent weekly audience, but it's not working out like that. If WWE stays cold and the show doesn't gain traction, Netflix has a clause to exit after 5 years. This whole thing could go very differently than the WWE imagined. With early numbers reportedly far below interest expectations, the streaming experiment is already being viewed in a different light. As the weeks roll on, both WWE and Netflix will be under pressure to show this deal has long-term value or pivot before it is too late. Again, according to Ringside News. The final betting odds for WWE Money in the Bank 2025 hint at a massive title change. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. The WWE is being called out this morning. Yes, indeed, they are. WWE called out for blocking talent from wearing R-Truth merchandise on Raw after R-Truth's release from World Wrestling Entertainment. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. WWE Worlds Collide. The confirmed matches, the start time, and how to watch can all be viewed online. Brock Lesnar could miss out on millions in UFC settlement, and here's why. Jackie Redmond reveals when she'll be back on WWE TV for those of you that have been missing the hot Jackie Redmond. Santino Marella keeps his Director of Authority job after TNA Against All Odds 2025 win. And are you happy that Santino will still be in charge of TNA Wrestling? We want truth chants erupt at TNA against all odds during a tag championship match. Wow, R-Truth's name is now even going to TNA. Wow, that is major. It is going to other promotions, other wrestling companies, other organizations. R-Truth is so beloved, so popular, so over that every wrestling company wants R-Truth in their organization. Wow. Killer Kelly confronts Masha Slamovich after TNA Knockouts title match at Against All Odds. Rosemary sidelined with an undisclosed injury following the Monster Balls match on TNA Impact. Cody Deaner returned at TNA Against All Odds under a new persona. Bo Dallas reveals the Wyatt 6 mission, and it's not about nostalgia. It's about gold. It's about taking over the tag team division. WWE debuted their Slim Jim table during a brutal match in SmackDown in Bakersfield. Kenny Omega transforms into Street Fighter legend in Year 3 DLC trailer. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. Remember, we're going to be here all day, multiple times a day. We're going to be here giving you the most extensive coverage, the results, the analysis, the highlights, all the backstage rumors, news, and developments going into both pay-per-views, both WWE PLEs tonight. We do it because we care about the viewers, the fans, and the subscribers. And remember, if it weren't for you, there would be no Seanzview. We come through when the lights are on bright. Your thoughts on everything we said, and will the Shield return for Money in the Bank? Rumblings, rumors, whether it's Roman Reigns coming in a Shield gear. Will Roman Reigns undisappear with Dean Ambrose for one night only at Money in the Bank to get some backup, to get some support, to get some help for one night only? Will it happen? Will it materialize? Never say never in the WWE. Will the Shield make you remember that there is no surrender? Subscribe.